Missiles overhead equals I'm terrified and I do not want to go there. That makes sense, right?
I think there's a higher chance of you getting hit with a missile in Israel than North York.
Right.
Oh.
This episode of the Under the Table podcast is brought to you by Shrubs.me, your all-in-one digital hub. Share files, links, videos, and more from one beautiful customizable page. Picture a cross between Dropbox, Linktree, and Patreon. Get your free account with 2.5 gigabytes of cloud storage today at Shrubs.me.
Let's talk about this. This is something that, maybe you've got an opinion on that I don't.
Where are we going now, TK?
Well, we've got a new war that just broke out.
Another war. Oh my God.
We've got another war
We
that
never
just broke
talked
out.
about this, I think, for a reason. I mean, one, I'm Jewish, so I don't want to get in trouble with anybody, right?
Yeah.
And
I don't think that you've got like a strong anything in regards to those topics. I think you can say stuff without offending anybody.
Well, I don't.
Some people, they should just.
It doesn't
keep their
seem
mouth
to
shut.
work. So we were at
on
dinner,
both sides.
right? We were at dinner the other night when it broke out with a friend who's very, very
Passionate.
but not passionate, like tied into like the whole Jewish thing.
He's Israeli special forces. Okay.
No, it's a woman, great friend of ours. She just, she's very tied into Israel and the Jewish foundations and taking people on the Jewish trips. They take the kids to Israel to learn about all that stuff. Yurtzeit or whatever the hell it's called. Listen, okay. I'm Jew.
Now everybody knows how Jewish you are.
Well,
you don't know what the word was.
I'm barely Jewish. Listen. I am not a big fan of religion, okay? I'm not a big Jewish guy. I'm Jewish because I was born Jewish. The point is there's all these missiles constantly being fired at Israel, okay? And when you're one of these kind of people that are like rah Israel or Israeli, and there's nothing wrong with that, but you have this like weird sense that Israel's the place to go to be safe, right? People are like, oh my God, there's no safer place to go because everything's crazy in Toronto, right? There's anti-Semitism all over the
stuff,
right? And so people are getting nervous to even be here, right? And so they're like, we're going to go to Israel. And I'm like, can we add logic into the discussion? Because there's missiles all the time. And for me personally, and maybe I'm fucking mental. I mean, there's many people that would agree that I'm mental, TK, and there's plenty of evidence for it. Regardless, missiles overhead equals I'm terrified and I do not want to go there.
Yeah.
I think that's pretty, like, that makes sense, right?
I think there's a higher chance of you getting hit with a missile in Israel than North York.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Right. Or Jamaica or like Aruba. Right. And so, I mean, I would say if I didn't feel comfortable here in Toronto, which I still feel very comfortable here in Toronto because I'm not in that whole thing. Right. I try and stay out of that whole thing because it's one of many wars. I wasn't born in Israel. Right. And I'm Jewish. I'm more passionate about many other things, for Christ's sake, like airplanes. Well, right. And maybe real estate. This is not that kind of show anymore, is it, TK?
Well, no, we can talk about it, right? So, I mean, look, Israel.
So hold on a sec. So we got another war. Is it another war?
Smuggled in the drones. They smuggled in the drones.
Hold on. I didn't finish my story. Sorry. I know it was running on forever, but I was at this girl's house and I said like that basically is like, how do you feel more comfortable going there than here? I don't understand it. And she's like they got the best military. I'm like, but what if it stops getting funded by the United States? We won 1 million wars. And I'm like, which wars? Like, I think they were more like battles or something, right? Like, I don't know.
But
there's like
probably not a fight to start with that lady.
No,
not a good. Yeah,
but like CNN's on and like the Israeli news channel's on, and I'm there because we had dinner.
Public service announcement. When there's somebody who feels very strongly about a certain topic, at the dinner table. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? You
I
don't
had
have to
a
agree with them, but
no,
just don't start bringing up all the counterpoints to
no.
their arguments. It
But
just doesn't end very
I
well,
can't
you
sit
know?
and listen to nonsense anymore. Like
Yeah.
I'm almost 50, god damn it. Like I don't have
Yeah.
time for things I want to do, let alone listen to nonsense from
Yeah.
people that are just fucking programmed.
Daryl has not received an invite to that person's dinner parties since the
No,
incident, but maybe
no.
they just haven't had one yet. So maybe
Well, it's been a day,
it's
so
been a day. So maybe they're not having one tonight. So,
that's
but we'll see. We'll
I'm
keep you guys
probably off the
updated
list then.
on the invitations to the dinner parties.
This was
So
not my
listen, they're
first
smuggling
altercation.
in drones in order to be able, like, drones obviously, are meant there because they're unmanned and you can like send them and like they're like suicide missions. But now we have to actually take the drones to the location in order to be able to get them in because they got anti-drone missiles,
Hmm.
right?
Hold
So
on.
it's kind of like
Where are we talking about? In Iran? Like Israel
in
sent
Iran,
in?
Israel snuck in drones in order to be able to, first launch that attack on those military
Are,
guys and the nuclear
do they?
scientists and all that stuff. They brought the drones in to
Yeah.
get them into striking zone.
Are they
So
like
now
programmed into Palantir? Do they use the Palantir software on those drones to strike all these people?
yes, I have no idea, Darryl. Okay, but yes, let's say yes.
But you're TK.
Okay, but I'm just gonna say yes then, as if
Okay.
I do know, but I
Right.
really don't. All
Okay.
right. All right, but now there's a human who has to bring the drone into the. So now, if that guy gets caught bringing in the drones,
We need a humanoid robot to take
we
in the
need
drones,
drones.
right?
We need drones to bring the drones closer.
The
That's what I'm
robo
trying to say
taxis.
here.
Robo
We're putting
taxis.
that guy's at life at risk because he gets caught with the drones. They know what he's up to.
We got it. The robo taxis just
Nope, he's
launched.
done. He's done. So, anyways,
Hmm.
they knock off a few of the Iranian, top guys,
Nothing
start a
major.
little war,
Little
and
war.
then Iran, has a retaliatory strike, which apparently initially wasn't something that I think Israel was saying like they didn't breach their borders or whatever like that. But now there was Saturday morning, which is at the time of us recording this,
Something
three
else.
people were killed. Yeah, three people were
Hmm.
killed, and Israel is now. I guess they're in another war. I mean, look, I'm not here to judge. I'm not here to say, if somebody's right or somebody's wrong. I have no idea,
So
But generally speaking, in my life, in my experience, from my point of view, if somebody's constantly in conflict with other people, sometimes they got to look at themselves first.
mm,
It's just the way it goes. They got to
yeah.
maybe say, they got to question themselves and say, hey, is it everybody else that's got a problem and that I'm constantly, fighting? Or is there, maybe something that I need to work on within?
Yeah.
And that's just,
I'm that guy, TK, that's
mm,
constantly in conflict with everybody. And I do
yeah,
reflect and I do sometimes look in the mirror and say, Darryl, like it's got to be you. And then I
yeah,
realize, no, they're all fucking assholes and they're doing stupid shit and I just can't handle it. That's
yeah,
the truth, TK. Most people are doing stupid shit all over the place.
yeah,
All this stuff is crazy shit.